Yeah.
Okay, so do you have something you want to work on, like a specific
Yeah.
thing? Could be
Well,
anything.
yes, I do. Yes.
Okay.
Would you like
N-
me to share or just hold it?
It's it's good if you can share, and bear in mind that might affect the anonymity.
I knew that with that word too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recently became aware of a pattern that I have, which I had written a little bit in that message, that um so I I have a pattern
Mm.
of being very, authentic and vulnerable and in touch with myself. And also, when I feel like someone is coming close to me, relationally, I mean, I have a really great marriage and stuff, but this pattern still comes up in my marriage.
Yeah.
Um, when people come close to me, I get really prickly and I'm like, ooh. And so I have this like weird, very open, very aware and also push away kind of
Mm.
vibes.
Okay.
And yeah, and I feel like that pattern is like generational, like from the trickling down of what's happened generationally.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we can certainly look at that, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to um let's call it like look at what elements like of the five elements. So wood, fire, earth, metal, water. What
Mm,
of those kind of turn up, and
mm,
if one of them's out of balance, or if one is just like not really getting a look in, so there's no flow. Yeah.
yeah, great.
Um, so how do we do that? So it involves you looking inside and seeing what you feel and how you react. Because I think it's like a resonance that uh, if I say something that resonates with you, you notice, oh yeah, that resonates. And if it
Hmm.
doesn't resonate, then there's nothing, and that's fine. So, and then when I say something to you, you give me the feedback, oh, I'm starting to feel this, but there's no rush.
Hmm.
So there's also, it sounds a bit funny, there's no um pressure on me for you to change. So
Mm.
I'm curious,
I like that. That feels really nice.
but I'm like, well, it's your body, and I don't think I know enough about it to say this. So in a way, I'd like it to be very much, I think the term is client centered. Yeah. So it's
Mm.
really around you, and even decisions, I'll ask you, this is what I think, this or this, what do you want to do? Um, so if you think about, if we were to start there and we think about this problem, is there a specific time, or is you can just think about it generally and you know it, or how does it present to you?
Well, I mean, even when you just mentioned the five elements, that's quite novel for me to feel into. And I'm not sure if this is what you're asking for, but immediately as you said that, I'm feeling like there's this metal sense here that
Okay.
I've got a lot of freedom to walk around, but if I like go here, I just like bang my head. There's this metal thing here.
Okay. All right.
Um, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed. Yeah, just
That's
right there.
really interesting. Okay, so it's interesting. You've got like you've got it. You seem to have the elements organized around you. So that's
Yes, I
really
feel,
interesting.
yes. As you said them, I just could sense into them. And
Okay,
I've
that's
not I've not done much elemental work before, so or at
again
all.
like I look at the five elements as five parts. So they're not really like they're metaphors, yeah. So
Yeah.
um but when you think about so you're thinking about the problem and then you relate it to the five elements and you feel like an element already. Okay, that's interesting.
Mm.
And you said like the element that came up for you first was like metal, right? Like this blocking metal or a metal door or something. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I actually went into like I was taking my kids around doing some window shopping this afternoon when I messaged you actually. And
Mm.
I went into this I love stones and things and there was this shop selling stones and there was this like silver one so it was kind of like glittery and it looks really nice but it was like there were really jagged parts in it as well and kind of hard lines and that's what it feels here. So it's like
Okay.
kind of glittery and
Yeah.
pretty looking, but also like a little, sharp edges, hard edges.
Can we try something? Because this is new to me as well. That's why I say guinea pigs, because I say, well, to a certain extent, the method is really new. Um, so I don't know what to expect either, except that it's so widely used in Chinese medicine, astrology, music, um, land design, everything, warfare, everything. So, um, how does your body feel? So you focusing on the body when you think about that metal, feeling outside of you.
It's interesting. What I notice in my body is a little bit more of the water. So I feel like there's kind of a stream under me, but it's just a little stream. I'm not like in a lot of water. It's just like this kind of shallow stream, but I'm noticing like I have a bit more fluidity. But so in me, I feel quite relaxed, like flowing.
Hmm.
Then when I look out, that's that. So it feels like
Okay.
there is this very big difference of how it feels being inside to being outside.
How does that present in your body? Is that a part a inner body part? Does it feel like a part of your body feels like it's wobbly or unsteady, or does it feel just flowy? How does that? What's the body sensation there?
It feels so my feet are firmly on the ground. So I have my feet, I've got this concrete floor actually, polished concrete. So I'm definitely like feeling connected to ground and there's that solidness there. And
Hmm.
I've been doing a lot of work actually with my pelvis, like really connecting back to my pelvis. So
Good.
that feels very strong.
That's good.
And I think like within that container, it's not a lot, but I feel like there is that more flowy rather than wobbly, like this,
Hmm.
just a little gentle water sensation. I
Flowing
feel
in
like that
pelvis. Okay,
stability.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
pelvis.
Yeah.
Pelvis, feet feel very like ground.
Is it circling the water or is it draining or how does
At
that?
the moment, it feels like it's kind of going out the back, like
Okay.
out my sacrum area.
Okay.
So
So
not
it's
down.
draining.
Yeah, draining.
That's interesting.
Draining out the back.
So it's so interesting. So just like we take that logically, um, let me say a word that see if it elicits anything, if it gets a feeling. So the word is roots, roots.
I feel the first thing I felt was just a little bit in the soles of my feet, but then I kind of felt like it's a little bit outside of me. So I felt
Hmm.
a little, almost like the, what's the word? The echo of it. So it's not quite there, but
Resonance.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
um, kind of like I want more of that, but maybe a little. little bit dissociated because I didn't feel it so much like
Yeah,
in the core of me. I didn't feel it in here. It was more like, oh, there it is, but it's not in me. It's like
right,
kind of around me, beside me, but like not solid.
right. How about the other aspect, which is the central middle energy, up rising up energy? Do you have any feeling of that?
What I'm It feels kind of like my pelvis is, like those caves that have water in them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it fills up with water and you don't want to be swimming in it. And sometimes it's down low and you can swim in it. It
Okay.
feels like my pelvis it has got that low tide kind of water in it.
Okay. So there's no like rising up feeling.
I feel like it's going to, but it hasn't yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Like not a rush, but like that's like with the work that I've been doing around reconnecting with my pelvis, particularly since my fourth baby.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like that's the slow building of allowing that water to rise. But I'm just at the moment connecting with the container of it. But it's
Right.
interesting. I think that's really interesting that, yeah, noticing like, oh, okay, if the water's coming in, but I've got this like, I do feel like it's kind of just going out the back. So there's this leak. So it's, yeah, the container may have like some
Yeah.
um, gap in it.
Let me just see what I pick up. So, hmm. So the word is empty. The Q word is empty.
I'm feeling a little bit of like dull pain in my sacrum as you say that word.
I like that would make sense. Yeah.
But nowhere else, but just there, right in my sacrum.
Okay. So that feels like what I've done up to now is I've done what I call elicitation. So just giving you cue words, and I want to do activation to support the energy of empty, which is earth energy, and that's the spleen. So the spleen is on the left hand side, just towards the back. Yeah, so
Hmm.
a little bit sort of side back. Yeah, so
Hmm.
if you could put one hand on your spleen towards the back, and like you're not going to feel the spleen, it's very deep in the body, but just have your intention to feel it, connect with it, and then maybe see how that feels.
It's really interesting. I feel like um like activated breath, like when you're just kind of like a little bit anxious, but only on my, what did you say, my right side or my left side is the spleen?
The spleen is on the left side, so if you're on the right side it will be the liver,
Yeah,
which is okay,
yeah,
but in a way it's kind of
yeah,
saying,
I was doing liver.
in a way it's kind of going, oh, I
So
don't want
I'll
to my
change.
spleen. So see how it feels on the spleen. We've done the liver. Get it, free liver.
Yes. So I was doing my liver then, and I just felt like this kind of fluttery um bit of compression in my breath, but
Yeah.
only on my right hand side. My left hand feels
Mm.
just like normal.
Okay. Well, we
But
can
my
notice
right
that.
hand
That's good
side
to know,
just
isn't it?
felt a
Um,
little constricted.
so just connect with the spleen now.
Okay, so that's my left hand side now.
It's on the
Okay.
left-hand side.
Mm. Felt very different from having my right hand side before. It felt like it kind of felt like there was still something on my right hand side, but a like a an opening. I want to say chasm, but not like a really big thing, just like an opening, and something kind of flowed through the opening here.
Yeah.
And then I felt something rise up in my left hand side. So it felt like there was a filling more on my, yeah, in my left, like filling, not just my left hand side, but I noticed that. So just, yeah, like this opening here and then this rising up here.
Yeah. The spleen is earth energy. Yeah. And so my questions have been around wood and obviously earth needs so wood needs earth as well. Although typically earth destroys wood destroys the earth. The roots break up the earth. So
Mm.
my feeling was like, oh yeah, there's all that water. Is there the earth maybe not so the earth absorbs the water as well. So the earth we need the earth to control the water. Um and yeah. How's the feeling in the sacrum? Do you still have that discomfort there?
No, it just feels normal now. Like
How
no attention being brought to it as such. I do feel tingling around my ankles.
tingling?
In my
Oh,
ankles,
so
both feet.
that's so interesting because tingling to me is yin fire, and yin fire is small intestine. So I don't know. It's up to you. Would you like to activate the small intestine?
Yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
the yin fire energy. So you just put your hand on your small intestine and just feel and see if it makes any difference.
Is that like just in the middle of my belly or
So
like
the
where do
small
I
intestine is
got it?
going to be a little bit like round the tummy button. So you can put it uh the duodenum is on the around the tummy button. So on the tummy button and below the tummy button is going to be really like small intestine.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting because since the last birth I have a belly button hernia. So my guts actually come out of my belly button.
Okay.
Even now, like they're just
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
there a little bit. So
Yeah, so just put your hands on there and just in a way you're supporting them and you're seeing how they are. So it's like very curiosity and Let curiosity lead.
Definitely feeling the tingling, and it feels like it's slower now, but I feel it's going from like my ankles up my calves. So it has this upward motion and it's tingling.
Okay. Uh, I don't know if you heard somebody else came in and accidentally called me. So
Oh,
sorry.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, sorry. So you felt a tingling going up the calves, and that's is that calmed down in the calves? Are they feeling better? Are they feeling
Well, it's definitely a slower movement in the tingling. Like before it was just like almost like a it's not as strong, but almost just like a pins and needles like everywhere. But now it's like I can really feel it's more like looking at a TV that doesn't have reception, that gray.
okay?
That's what it feels like now.
That's interesting. So that would be um so gray is the color of metal, isn't it?
Hmm.
So
Hmm. It's
um
kind of similar to that stone that I mentioned at the start as well.
oh okay.
Yeah, that was that
So
silver.
there's two kinds of metal. One is the lung and one is the large intestine. The lung you can put just your hands up here or the large intestine. I mean, which one do you feel would be better?
Well, I feel like my large intestine needs a lot of support.
Okay, so go to the right hand side because it's really tangible, like really tastable there, just by the side. Yeah, so just around there, it's really so accessible. If you just put your hand there and just notice how that feels.
I So I have this thing that sometimes comes through my right arm and it feels like a kind of and my right arm sometimes does this weird thing and I felt a little touch of that like this
Mm,
weird energy that feels like I don't know if it's me or if it's something else. If that makes sense, like
yeah.
just a little bit of this like
Does
hmm.
it feel like it? Sorry, when you say you feel like it's you, you feel it's an energy from outside, or
Yeah, I don't know if it's an energy in me that's just stuck wanting to process, or if it's like, I don't know your spiritual beliefs, but if it's like this spiritual kind of entity
yes,
energy,
yeah, it
not
could
not
be. Yeah, could be.
yeah.
Well, we don't know. Um, and okay, let's just.
Yeah, just
I'm
feeling a little bit
curious.
of that,
How are you feeling? Sorry.
just feeling a little bit of that, like
Okay.
my my arm kind of like
Okay.
uh constricts.
It feels constricted.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, does like
So
a thing.
it's really interesting. So the constricting, one of the most constricting energies is the gallbladder. So we could look at that. So stay with that feeling and we'll do an activation on the gallbladder. So I'll do it from for me. So from the nipple, yeah, going straight down on the right hand side where the ribs end, you just put your fingers there, and that's more or less where the gallbladder is, and just feel how that feels. So you'd be connecting with the for me that's
Yeah, okay.
yin
I'm
wood.
feel I don't know so much what I'm feeling, but my body is definitely responding to something there.
So just like you no need to press, be very, very gentle because the
Maybe that's why my body's like, stop.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
um when I was doing the visceral work, we used to say the gallbladder is the testicle of the abdomen. Yeah, it's very
Right.
sensitive. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, maybe that's why my body was just starting to like,
yeah.
yeah,
So
not
just
like that. Okay.
nice and gentle. You're literally trying to send your mind or your mind feeling in there, and with curiosity, not forcing in. Like, how are you doing today? Just curious what's going on.
Oh yeah, okay. That feels very different.
Yeah.
Feels almost like rose quartz.
Okay.
That's just what came to my mind. Rose, like a rose quartz here.
Does it give you any sensations in your body?
Like smooth.
Hmm.
I'm not feeling anything else as such. So,
That's good. I I think rose quartz is so interesting because isn't it they say it's like unconditional love. So if you think of expansion and openness and like non-judgment, how does that feel?
they all feel really good.
Yeah. So it's easy to connect with that and
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. And if we go back,
Here it is. I also did notice as you said those words that I felt a little bit fearful about here, but in here, yes.
hmm, okay. So if you go back to that um area in front of you that's on the right,
Hmm.
yeah. Does that feel the same or does it feel different?
It feels more threatening now.
Oh, okay. That's
Mm.
interesting. So where do you feel that in your body, the more threatening?
It feels more like a knowing of like don't go there. That like my body feels very
Okay.
my body feels at ease, my body feels okay, but the image when I think of that out there, the image was more like these jagged edges coming towards me. So
Okay.
it was more of an
So
image
jagged
of,
edges and pointy things.
yeah.
Hmm.
But in my body, I still feel that rose quartz kind of feeling, the smooth and the,
Okay, that's
yeah.
good. Okay, so um, how about putting a hand on the center of the chest, like the heart area, and just see how that feels, if that changes anything. I'm also curious about this jagged, pointy part, how that responds.
I'm, as soon as I put my hands here, I had the um tingling, and this time it's going down into the ground.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it changed. It's a different direction.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
just like, really, is this weird that I'm like so able, like, or is
No,
this normal?
it's not.
It's
Well, no, you're feeling things that you're capable of feeling that not necessarily everybody is, but that's good.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's partially the jagged thing of like, this is normal. And then when I share this stuff, it's not necessarily received well, or people don't understand or whatever. So,
Yeah, it's wise to, speak to people's level. That's always a good thing. Yeah, you when you know somebody's got a level, you can talk to them about certain things, and if they haven't, just talk about the weather.
right, right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely feeling my buzzing, that tingling in my ankles.
Mm.
Mm.
The other thing that's really interesting for me is you've got a really good connection with that spleen energy. The other part of the earth energy is the stomach, and I don't touch it yet, but if you think about separation and leaving or parting something, how's that? How does that feel to you? What's the resonance there?
I feel a bit of activation. I'm not even sure what context we're talking about, but just hearing that, I feel a little bit of activation and flight, like, where do I go? What do I do? Um, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So you really connect to the center because it's like you're in the axis, right? You're in like I can go in any direction now. Is that right? Or does it feel uncomfortable?
No, it feels probably a little bit more uncomfortable, like not taking in all the information. It's more like, right, okay, what's just like the
Okay.
first exit point that I can go, like just this activation of flight energy with
So,
separation.
I've got two thoughts here. One is like the uh the water energy. Yeah. So I've got to
Mm,
quickly flow, which is okay. And the other one is supporting the earth, just letting you like okay, center settle, you know. Um, and I they've both got these advantages. One, because the they contain each other, don't they? I mean, the earth contains water and the water contains earth as well. So, but which one do you think would be best for you to activate if you think about it?
when you mentioned water, the picture that came to my mind was the fear of the water drying up, like it was being constricted and that it's being dried up.
So
So,
you could pick one kidney or both and just put your hand on the kidney and just see how that feels. Because the kidneys are yang water, they are the sea, they are um, symbolically the sea. And if they've been feeling like a little bit threatened, like they might dry up, then again, your job is just curiosity, like how are you guys feeling?
yeah, I feel a little bit dizzy having both my hands there and feeling like it here, but
Would it be better to just have
it's
one hand
there.
then?
I'm thinking that one, and then I'll go with my right first.
Okay.
Now it feels a little bit more of a yearning. Like I wonder if this is where my feeling. I just have this feeling of like there's something missing. There's something missing,
Oh.
and
Would you
that's
like to send your kidneys an image of a water image? Maybe could be the sea or could be a river, a flowing river,
mm,
or even your own personal expression. Just see how if maybe that helps.
mm, yeah, there it is. I feel like I've dropped down a bit more.
Hmm. Maybe you can do the same for the other kidney. So a pair and see if there's maybe it has a different image that it wants, or it responds better to. Remember, we're not trying to force anything. We're just seeing,
Mm,
just like creatively, inquiring.
With my hand, this side, it just my right hand just wants to kind of gently move, almost
Yeah.
like
Why don't you do that? That's very much a water motion. So maybe you're just like evoking the energy of water. So just flow with it. It's fine. As long as you feel comfortable, that's the important thing.
yeah, it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Hmm. The image on my right hand side was more of like, being at the base of a waterfall and
Mm.
just allow like the free, like I went into one like a couple months ago, like the freezing water at the start, but as you stay in that waterfall water, like it becomes like blissful and feels very alive.
Right.
And that's what I felt like I was deepening into that side, like, oh, this is really painful and I don't want to be this at the start. And then, oh, I can relax into this. This is nice. And the image that I have with my left side is more horses in the water, like just running through the water and like the hoofs splashing in the water, like the shallow water and the water just like that's the image I have on this.
Beautiful. Um uh, so horses are fire. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a beautiful combination of water and fire. And horses are power.
Mm.
It's the power animal.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'd like to do both now and see if they're ready to come together
Yeah, maybe.
now.
Well, it's like two halves of the brain, maybe, just see how it is. They do work together, don't they?
Feel like I could stay here a lot longer, but
Yeah.
it feels very, very
What?
easeful and deep,
Yeah.
and like a very image based as well. Like it was, have you ever seen the Never Ending Story
Yes.
um
More than one.
movie? So like at the end where Atreyu is on his horse and the horse is running, I felt like I had this river in front of me, and I was like, that's really, and then the horse came in and like I don't know if I'm the horse or if I was on the horse, but the horse both stomping, able to run in the river But then there was like, but just knowing where is the river really deep, where is the like just knew where to
Mm.
go on the river, but there is still depth to it at point, but this
Wonderful.
flowing river. So that was really lovely.
So tell your kidneys that you're going to come back to them. Just say, I got it. Thank you. Like, guys, I'm good. I just got this feeling that it's nice to let you know and let them know. Yeah, well, we don't have to,
Mm.
we can do this anytime. Yeah.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, you always carry them with you, I assume. Yeah. Um, and then how does that feeling, that object on that side feel? Is there a change there?
Yeah, it feels like it's behind me.
Okay.
Like, but not like in a threatening behind me. Like I feel like
Okay.
I've moved forward.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's more like mountains now, but like non-threatening, like
yeah.
mountain.
Yeah. So really your body's been reacting correctly to what it perceived, and then it just needed a little bit of support to be able to move past it, sounds
Hmm.
like. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good. Fascinating. So everybody's different. It's quite what I'm learning is everybody's got their own session. I did one with a Thai monk, and he wouldn't get out of his head. He didn't want to leave his head. It was very, that was, I would say, quite fascinating. Um, yeah, so interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. That was just so enjoyable. And the way that you were able to hold presence. And I love just inquiring with there's nothing, I'm not changing anything. There's not, like I did a session with someone who was like finishing their coaching course, and I was like, everything they said just felt like they were just like hammering me. And I was like, oh, and this was just so nice. Like I felt like I was able to just play and be, and no need for anything to shift and change. And yet things just organically organize, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
it was
take,
lovely.
yeah, I take the view that the elements, whatever they tell you, this is the Chinese story, I believe. Yeah, is they're literally telling you a very symmetrical, very balanced process of nature. And if things are out of balance, then all you need to do is just like, oh, I need to put a little 5 grams here, or and the system is telling you that if you listen to the system. And of course they don't, as I say, like they don't actually exist. The five elements don't actually exist, but that's why that's so brilliant. I think that's just amazing that we can say wood and so on. It's a work of a genius, and it's not me. But I'm just lucky to be curious, really.
Right. Yeah, that was
Cool.
fabulous.
I
Yeah,
think we can write it
that
up. I mean, it's definitely a good session. Yeah.
yeah. And if you do include that, I'm happy for you to write to use my name because that, there's nothing in there, but
Cool. Well,
yeah.
I'll send you the video and see how you feel about the video, and maybe I could publish the video even to YouTube.
Okay.
See, think about it. Like, I don't, no, I don't like to pressure people. It's just not me. I'd rather just
Yeah.
absolutely not. I'd delete it even. It's like it's fine. But because it was a good session, and it was again, I always feel if people are trying to make somebody else change, they're stuck.